Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Kirk Pugh at KBT Realty Group. Trying to add some insight as to the question I get almost 100 times a day now. What is going to happen to the real estate market in light of the COVID-19 virus and in light of the tumultuous nature of the stock market right now? And so let's talk about COVID-19 right now for a minute. And the honest answer is we don't know. I will offer you some insights, right? So in the 6 years prior to the real estate crash in 2008, the average home price appreciation for each of the 6 years was somewhere in the 17 to 20% range, right? So huge appreciation in home values, leading to a great big bubble that burst when the financial markets crashed in 2008. In the 6 years prior to today, average appreciation on homes has been running in the 4 to 6% range, creating nowhere near the bubble, the overpricing that we saw back in 2006, 2007. So on that front, I am very confident that the market is, we don't have a bubble. I don't feel like we're going to have a crash. I will say that we are also, nationally speaking, in very much short supply of homes, particularly under a $350,000 or so price point. The building industry all but halted during the Great Recession, and since the recovery began late 2011, early 2012, builders across the country have been trying to catch up. And the last statistic I read was that we were still somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 5 million homes behind where demand was, given the rise in population, particularly in the number of people that are retiring to our area. I will also say that we have near historic interest rates still. Rates are up a bit this week. They've been a little volatile. Last week I saw people lock in at 2.75% on 15-year fixed mortgages. This week those rates are up even for the 30-year rates, while the financial markets try to get calmed down. And so we feel like once the markets settle a bit and we get through the worst of the COVID-19 stuff, that we'll see rates come back down closer to 3% and maybe even sub 3% on shorter term mortgage product. So let's talk about the financial markets. Obviously, I saw earlier oil was down somewhere around $25 a barrel. There was a headline that said oil could go to below $0. I'm not sure how that helps. If it goes to below zero, I guess that means they're paying me to take the oil and refine it. The situation with Russia and the glut of supply combined with the greatly reduced demand in the United States is driving prices down, which is great for us at the gas pump, but if we got nowhere to go, cheap gas doesn't help us much. So what happens to the real estate market? So the financial markets, in my opinion, may have an impact on our second home and investment market here in Wilmington. It may have an impact on the volume of people who are retiring here. It may have an impact on people who are planning to retire, who are now looking at their 401ks, their pensions, their IRAs, and they're saying, holy cow, we've lost 30% in the last 30 days. Maybe we're going to work a couple more years. Everyone that I talk to seems to think that this financial crisis, which is getting sort of double whammied by both the oil market and the financial markets and the COVID-19 virus, seems to think that it should pass relatively quickly, and that the housing market, because of extremely high demand, extremely short supply of inventory, and extremely low interest rates, the housing market is not going to suffer nearly as greatly as it did in 2008, and it should come back relatively quickly once we get past some of this stuff. I just don't see us going into a depreciating or recessionary type real estate market. Will it decelerate some? Yeah, maybe, and that's probably a great thing. That the pace at which things are selling will be reduced slightly, and everybody can kind of catch their breath, and we sort of expect that. Right now, we don't know whether or not the United States is going to see an increase in the number of virus cases throughout the country. We kind of think we will. This social distancing thing is probably going to slow the growth curve of the virus, but it will likely extend the length of time that we're dealing with it, because it's not growing as quickly, therefore can't fall as quickly. So all in all, I would say don't panic. Don't watch your IRA account on the screen 24 hours a day, because it'll make you sick, and you haven't lost anything until you sell stuff, right? Same goes with real estate. People are still buying. People are still selling. If you are fearful of somebody walking through your house and leaving behind a germ, then I would say let's wait, right? Do what's right for you and your family. If you need to buy, and there are those people that need to buy now, then I would say come on, let's go. And if you're scared as a buyer of walking around with me or one of our agents and going through somebody else's house, we have ways that we can do that virtually for you, particularly if you have a severe need to buy, like you're transferred here in 3 weeks and you got to have a place to live. So we can take virtual tours, we can do FaceTime tours of homes with you. We can use the technology that we have to help mitigate any kind of risk you might feel from being out and about in public. Still don't get the egg shortage thing, still don't get the run on ground beef, really don't get the toilet paper thing, but whatever makes you feel good during the day. Be respectful and mindful of your neighbors. There are people that need help. We're here to help. If you're in a high risk category, you're immune compromised, or you're over the age of 60, and we can run to the grocery store for you and try and find you a roll of toilet paper and a pound of ground beef, we're happy to do that. Just give us a call. My direct cell is 910-622-3478. Stay informed. Don't glue yourself to the news all day. It'll drive you nuts. I would say we will get past this. We are still a destination. Property values are not falling. Give you an example. March 1st through March 18th of last year, the market had either put under contract or closed 18 homes in the Cape Fear region in New Hanover County. So far in this year, 2020, March 1st through March 18th, there have been 232 homes either put under contract or sold. So we are well ahead of our last year's pace. We're still showing property. We're still listing property. Everything's going to be just fine. Be respectful of the situation. Be respectful of your neighbors. Don't panic, and carry on. Hope this helps.